Hi, this is Debbie Donovan from Londonderry, New Hampshire with Being Happy Stamping with Debbie. I have my snowflake earrings on right now and my snowflake top because I'm looking outside with the sun on about 2 feet of newly freshly fallen snow. We had back-to-back snowstorms and our snow is so pretty. It's still on the trees and it's just beautiful. I love the snow. My dad loved the snow. We were snowmobilers, and yesterday would have been his 85th birthday. And he was heavily involved in snowmobiling and different things. And today we're going to be working on chickens, and he raised chickens when he was chicken cards, sorry, and he raised chickens when he was growing up. So it's a good day to be working on chicken cards. So we're going to be working on, we have the in the new spring catalog is the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set, and they brought back the Hey Chick. This is the old one, but they brought back dies for it, which I'm so excited about. I'm so excited to show you what my ideas that I came up with. And there's dies for the birthday chick. So let's get started. I'm going to turn you down, and I'm not going to be able to see anybody's comments until after I turn you back up. But let's get started making the cards. And you can always watch me live go back and watch after the video posts. So here we go. Because we have a lot to do today. This first card I'm making has a lot in it, so let me just make sure I don't have any pieces in there. I really love this, but it has a lot of pieces, like I said. And this piece here is an old piece of DSP. Something when I was looking for something to use, I came across it in my stash, and I just thought it was perfect for what I'm doing. And so let's start. I have a couple chickens here. Let me just take this one away because I am coloring the chickens today too, doing things I haven't done before. Trying to show you some different projects, different ways you can do things. Crumb cake. Crumb cake. These are blenders. And then I use it looks like I used the Just Jade. That's not crumb cake, that is ivory. Is the other crumb cake. Okay. So on the markers and the blend, you'll see there's two ends to them, and you don't have to open each end to tell which it is because it has a line here and a line here. The smaller line is the smaller end, and the larger end is the larger end for the markers, or the blends. So I used the marker on his hair and his tail feathers. And I just love this crazy bird with his crazy hair. He was my favorite bird in the other set. And I love how he's stealing a piece of cupcake. But I will be cutting off the cupcake. For this card. As you can see, the coloring goes, at least my coloring goes fairly quickly. You don't have to be that precise, you know, with the markers are a little harder than the blends, because the blends themselves just blend right in. I'll need to get his beak color in his feet. So if you go around the outline, it's the best way that I do it. Then you can just color right in. If you do this with the marker, you'll have a lot of lines, but with the blends, they blend right in. And then just a little shading around his belly. I didn't do a lot on him. Around his arm, or his wing, at his arm. And you can do his eye so it stands out a little bit more. And then I want the Mango Melody I used for the beak and for the legs. The basket that has markers in it has all the markers and blends that I've used for the 3 cards that we're going to make today, or I'm making, and you can copy after. So I see a little spot right here I missed. And then I took my little scissors. And I don't want him eating a cupcake because he's going to be eating corn instead. I do have him on a card eating this cupcake because I just think it's hilarious. So I didn't want to do a straight cut. I still wanted it to look like it belonged to be cut. So you can see it still has little round edges. So just throw that piece away. And now let's see if I can get this. This was a daisy, part of the daisy set. From a couple of years ago, but like I said, I was going through my stash and I just fell in love with this piece of paper. Trying to find sticky. Still having a little issues with these. It's user error. My daughter has no problem using the same exact one. So I'm just used to using the other 2 products. Gee, this morning I put on all the insides and there was no problem. Now it's going to give me a problem. It's because I'm live. Come on, Sticky, where are you? I was so excited because I had no problem with it, and I did like 6 or 7 cards this morning. Just doesn't want to go for me. There it is. It's also such a busy paper, it's hard to see. I want to go fast, so I'm going to pull out my ATG gun. Because, like I said, it's something I'm used to working with, and I need to play with the Stampin' Seal, and I thought I was doing really well because I had no problems with it all morning. And now that I'm on camera, it's giving me problems. It's such a great product, too. And like I said, my daughter used the same one, and she's had not one problem with it at all. But other people, the squeaking gun here. I did stamp my insides already, so just make sure you put it right, Debbie. It says, let's celebrate you. So it's a all occasion card. And then what I did on a lot of the pieces, most of the pieces that I'm using, it because they were small, that this I could have done up any way I wanted. But I put the sticky back on it to make it easier. It makes them like stickers. And because there's no way, well, there is a way, but these corn, hopefully I'm in the view here, the corn stalks are very tall and thin. Would have been very difficult to get it on, to have to glue them on if we didn't have this sticky back. I did forget on one of my cards that I'm making, and I ended up running it through the Xyron, so I made a sticker out of it. So we want to put a corn stalk here. It's so pretty. And because I wanted to use current products, I just looked for something that I liked, but after I found this, I couldn't find anything I liked as much, so I said, well, I'll just go with it. And I know I have a whole drawer and a shelf of 6x6 papers, and I'm trying to use them up. And I do have the current ones, but trying to just get through the papers to see what I have is very difficult. My hair, sorry about that. And then I'm going to add the little corn pieces. I cut out 2 stalks and 8 corn and the little corn leaves that wrap around the ears a little bit. And again, I'm using my little tool to get the backs off because it's tighter to use than my corn is underneath. It has a smaller tip than the take your pick tool. I have that and I love the tool, but the tip is a little bit thicker, so in comparison to this tip. So I like to use this when I'm doing finer items. But I was using the take your pick tool to, it has the brush end on it right now. I was doing a lot of cutting yesterday and the day before because I do my prep work ahead. For this, for filming. So I hope everybody's enjoying their, it's cold. I know it's cold here in New Hampshire. That's why we still have our snow. It hasn't really melted. The skiers are quite happy. One thing nice about living in New Hampshire is we do get all 4 seasons. I'm actually the 7th generation that has lived in New Hampshire in my family, so for me, I don't know any other state. I've been in other states to visit, but we have the ocean an hour away. New Hampshire's a little state, so an hour away we have the ocean, an hour away we have lakes, we have about 2 hours away is the mountains from where I live, because I live at the bottom of the state. We're only an hour away from Boston if there's no traffic. I'm just checking. I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thought I had 8 corn. Yep, here we go. Actually, that looks pretty good, so I might just use the other. I know I need 1 for my chicken, but so maybe I'll let him have 2. But I've traveled across the United States, the Northeast, and to as far as Wyoming with my parents, and they brought me and my children out to for a 3.5-week vacation out to the Badlands in Montana and South Dakota and Mount Rushmore and Devil's Tower. It was a wonderful time. It was the year after my husband died. Well, not even a year. It was when all the firsts were coming up, so my parents wanted to make us happy and not think about, well, we thought about my husband, and he was a great dad. But just to give us something else, you know, to tour the country was amazing. The kids had such a great time, and it's something that I'll never forget. And then my daughter danced a lot, and so we've been down from New Hampshire down to Florida several times in the motorhome, RV, actually. They had a very expensive one. It cost more than my house. Had 3 pull-outs, whatever, push-outs. I forgot what they're called. And then it even had a washer and dryer, a shower, a VCR, satellite TV. So it was really nice. And my father loved his grandchildren so much that we're in South Carolina, and he goes, "Oh, we're so close to Disney World." He goes, "Let's take the kids to Disney World." Now, granted, I had never been to Disney World, but I got to go with my kids. That was my first trip to Disney World, so I was excited. Looks like I'm missing one of these, so we may only use one of the only use the one corn. It's okay. I'll find it later. I always find the little pieces. Everything's in the basket. I cut and put them in the basket. Or it could even be in the envelope here. No, I don't see it. Because I put them in little envelopes. But 3-corn look really nice there. Then I have a fence. My chicken's a free-range chicken. I hope you can see. Let me bring this over here a little bit more. So my parents ended up traveling to all 48 states. And they tried to get to Alaska once, but there ended up being floods and tornadoes, And so they said something was telling them they shouldn't go, and they decided not to go. So they never made it to Alaska. They got as far as Dawson City, if anybody knows, Alaska. My cousin lived there, and she loved it. I'm writing green myself in my own handwriting in the with the Sharpie marker. And then I'm going to take the light crumb cake and just highlight on the bottom. It's got some little hash marks. And this I'm going to pop up. Oh, here's my dimensionals. I love dimensionals. Even though I do have the backing on it, I'm still going to pop it up on the, just going to pop that. If I take the little sticky part off, so pop the green up, and let's get our eggs on dimensionals. I'm going to put our chicken out pretty soon. Put one egg going there. After I put these 2 eggs. Like they're coming down from the hen house with the coop. Let's get my corn. This is the most time-consuming card because of all the little pieces of corn, but they are so cute. I just couldn't resist doing them. I had to do them on a card. I'm just going to drop it like it fell off the stalk, or the chicken went and got it off the stalk. I don't know a lot about chickens. My daughter tried to raise some chickens, but the area that she lives in has a lot of larger wild animals, and the foxes and hawks, and even the next door neighbor's dog got them. So that was the end. She ended up giving them to her brother-in-law. He lives in a more remote area, and he's got a ton of them. And now we're going to place her so that she's eating the corn. I have a dimensional little thing stuck to me. There's so much static there. That's the only part of my house has. Very dry. We're almost done this card. We have 3 more pieces to put on. 2 more legs. I have this egg, like, geez, I got it here. And then this little egg is going for the green. It's got the feet on it. It's already cracking open, which cracks me up. This egg came from the original set. It was one of my favorites then, too. I'd say it came out, it might have been even my first year, which was 5 years ago. I just had my 5th anniversary in January, so... And then, to top it all off, we're going to turn her into a little girl with a little pink bow. Because, like I said, I have some new babies in my family, and the last 2 were girls, and they wear bows. I wish I could make hair bows still, but my hands are ruined from making the hair bows. So here's this one. I hope you like it. Let's see, hopefully you can see it. I'll show you after when I turn the camera up as well. And this one, I don't want to take anything else out because we're going to stamp. I'm going to show you a technique that I do. Using a background stamp. I have a chicken wire stamp. It's called All Wired Up. I'm pretty sure you can see that. I really need to talk to my director and see if she can give me some help on how to read messages and hook up the because she does, I watch her videos and she's got everything hooked up, so I need some help from her. And I leave it right in the case, and then I just push the color down in on it. And then I take it and I rub it right down. Usually I put a thing on top of it so my hand doesn't get all ink. I think I'm okay. I have several background stamps. I like them. They add a lot of interest to your card. You don't even have to use them for the background of your card. You can use them for just a piece. Hopefully that came out nice. I'm using crumb cake cardstock and crumb cake ink, and somehow it got doubled, or I'm having double vision today, so it looks doubled right here. I might have moved it a little. And we'll clean that off with my rag. I always like to clean my stamps off right away because it keeps them longer. It keeps them better. Sorry for the squeaking, it always squeaks. This is just the automotive absorbent rag. I cut them up and use them. They work really well. And I just rinse them out and use them again. I think that it's really, I must have moved it a little bit. Shut my ink. Yeah, it looks more doubled than my vision, so sorry about that. But we can still do the card. And I need my glue for this one. Okay. And yeah, I'll make him crumb cake in that color, but I need red. I'll show you the sample, both samples after, because I'm going to cut his tail off. The last one I left the tail on, but I didn't really like it because it doesn't show enough in the picture. These are going to be little picture frames. They're really cute. And I did a different color scheme last time. But I'll show you both cards after anyways. I was showing the cards to my daughter this morning and she thought it was really cute. But with my OCD, that tail was bugging me. And I said, when I make it again, I'm not going to have the tail in it. Just because the little square is so tiny that I use. Okay, so now let's move this off. And you can decide which way you like it better too. Again, I'm sorry about not using the Stampin' Up! Sealer, but I need to practice, figure out how to use it correctly because it doesn't like me. Neither does this piece of paper. I'll have to trim it. I'll cut it down after I put it in. I didn't cut it the right size, or I took a piece of paper that was a scrap. But there's always ways to fix things. That's what I tell all my customers and my stamp friends. There's never mistakes when you're stamping. I mean, there are, but there's ways to fix them most of the time. So we forward blue, I'm going to color. I'm going to color them just the faces. I'm going to color them with dark crumb cake. I already had part of them done with the beak, but I don't like the color. It was yellow. So I'll go over it with the mango. That one's up there. Try to stay in camera here. I've seen these chickens with the long hair at the fair. I just make them my own colors for the hair because it's fun. But I know they're white hair and black hair and different hairs. So I'm going red for mine. With my double vision, it's a little difficult to see. So their hair may be a little bit blobby today. These remind me of my brother, my oldest brother, when, we were so little. Must have been the Beatles that just came out. And all he wanted was, for his birthday, was these pair of lace-up sneakers that, I don't even know what the brand was, but they were high sneakers, and they laced up, and a Beatle wig. And so we have a picture of him sitting at the table with all of us, all four of us kids, and he's wearing his Beatle wig. So I think of the Beatles when I see this fuzzy hair. And he did have long hair after he grew his hair when we were older. And I had long hair in the 70s, and he always used to come and ruffle my hair up because he had curls. I didn't have the curls, and he'd always tell me his hair was better than my hair. And he got a kick out of calling me Space Monkey because Lost in Space, the little monkey on there, his name was Debbie. But he was a riot. He was really one of the funniest guys I ever knew. He had such a great sense of humor. I lost him 2 years ago. And one of the babies that was just born would have been his granddaughter, so it's my great niece. So you're just gonna glue the little chickens on here. And I need to go down a little bit further than I did. Just give it a push down, go on the back, follow the line, and trim it off. So we're making a picture. Come on. I bought these glue holders and I didn't even put it in it. They make it handy because they keep the glue going down. I bought them for my team and then some other craft friends for Christmas. I put my things on they got them on Etsy. Because I seen another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator using them on her YouTube videos, and she told us all where to get them. I think that one's okay. And you don't need a lot of glue, you just need a little. There you have little guys. Now we're going to put them on their frames. Originally, I was only going to do 2 cards today, and then my daughter liked this one so much, I said, oh, yeah, I should do that one because of the background. And it's really getting to my eyes. But, so I did a quick cut of these stamping and cutting this morning. Because usually I don't work real fast when I do my cards. I go to class and everybody else is always done before me. I'm always the last one done, or I take my stuff home and finish it at home. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take Doesn't really matter which way you put them. But you want to place this one first on a diagonal, kind of in the center of the card. I don't think I used my bone folder for the card because it's sticking up. On this one, you're going to just put, they kind of fit like a puzzle together. Right there. That's better. And then you're going to take the last one, add a little glue, and I'm going to have them facing this way. Which he ends up upside down. And then they have happy birthday, which I think I can get off the sticky. Oh, I missed my eye appointment last week, so I have to go for it. I have to tell her, you know, I have eye drops for the double vision, but it's getting worse. It certainly doesn't help when you stamp a little doubled. We'll say it's 3D. So here's what this one looks like. I really like this style. So on to the last one. The next one is a really easy one. This is the sample. And I wanted to put a couple. This is Playing with Patterns resin dots. I can open I can reopen what my daughter opened. And I just wanted to put some like confetti dots around. Oh, they made one upside down. The yellow one. Put the yellow down on the purple. And then let's use the purple one. Oh, on the yellow. So there we go on that one. So let's put him over here. So I need my darker colors and the reds. I used soft suede on this chicken, and my red blends. Oh, and my purple posy for the balloon, and I used the dark purple posy. I didn't do a lot of shading on him. And this is the one I forgot to put the sticky back on, so I ran it through my little Xyron. And I had cut a bunch of streamers because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them. And I cut them in different colors, so this one I'm going to use the pink ones. So let's just put that there. Where's my chicken? I don't have my chicken. Just going to take a sip of water. So the sun is shining kind of brightly here in New Hampshire. I hope it's everyone has good weather. Now what I did is I went around the edge and then when I came down I left a little white area like what you would see the shadow of a balloon has a white. Just colored the rest of it in. A little darker shading right there. And then let's get Mr. Turkey going. Turkey, he's not Turkey, sorry, Miss Chick. I've been calling her Henrietta. That was the name of one of my daughter's chickens. So, of course, they didn't eat them because, you know, you can't name your chickens and then eat them. My son-in-law was a riot, calling them chicken cacciatore, chicken cutlets, chicken nuggets. And the girls didn't think he was funny. But they named him. I think one was Chocolata because my granddaughters were little at the time. I mean, they're not that old right now. But they don't watch Paw Patrol anymore, I don't think. And that's where they got the Chocolata from, the mayor's chicken that she has in her I think she carries it around in her purse. Chocolata, something like that. It's been a while. With the pandemic, I haven't been able to see them that much. They stopped by for my birthday a couple weeks ago with masks and stood by the door just to give me my gift. So it's sad I don't get to hug them. I miss them so much. And we went there Christmas, same thing. Masks, no hugging. But we have to remain safe. My daughter's a nurse, so right now the kids are in school. So their area is not that bad. I think my brother-in-law and sister-in-law raise chickens. We'll have to see if they still have chickens. Although they bought a motorhome now, so they might not have their chickens anymore either. It's hard. When you have a motorhome, you know, you travel a lot and you want to be able to use it. And we had a dog and she was hilarious because we wouldn't take her. A lot of people take their dogs, but she was part lab and I don't know what else. She was just a mutt, but she was pretty big, and she would just howl when we came home, and because my brothers would watch her because they wouldn't come. My brother lives next door. One of my brothers. I have 3 brothers, or had 3 brothers. They're all older, so I'm the youngest, the only girl. So I was Daddy's little girl. Probably mentioned it in one of my previous videos talking about our boat being the Miss Deborah. And we traded our boat up for camping or traveling, really, because we started with a truck camper and did go camping, but then my parents started traveling when they were into the snowmobile congresses, or they'd be like conventions. They'd go cross country because my dad was president of the Northeast chapter, and so they'd have to go to the congresses. And that trip that we went on included going to Alberta, Canada. We went to Banff, Canada also, which was a really nice town. The country's so beautiful. Just amazes me that people want to travel to all these exotic places when the United States is so pretty. I know there's areas that aren't so pretty, but I love traveling in the United States. My daughter and I, before the pandemic, were doing a lot of traveling up in Maine going in a lot to the lighthouse tours. I love Portland Head Light. Is my favorite lighthouse, and it's only a 2-hour drive for us. But we stopped when the pandemic hit because you have to quarantine, and there's so many things with the pandemic now. So I stay in my house and I make cards. I don't leave that often, only if I have doctor appointments or other appointments. And a lot of my doctor appointments are online now, which is nice and convenient. I'm going to miss when I have to go in. So this card, you could see, was so super simple. And basically, all my insides are cut at 4.5 by, at 4 by 5 1/4, except for that one that I grabbed the wrong piece. And that's what the front parts are, same size. And this piece of paper is from the Playing with Patterns, which you still can get. The only one, like I said, you couldn't get was the one with the green one, but I'm sure there's another piece of paper that you can use from the what I was originally looking for was the not the in colors, but the no, I can't think, the brights. I was looking to use some old olive, and I have it. I just didn't find it before I let's see where we're gonna put this. Right on over here. We'll put a yellow one. So a bigger yellow one than this one. Big yellow one. And it didn't get it sticky. The sticky stayed, so here's the sticky. Here's the yellow. Oh, there you go. So that's how you do that if you ever have a problem like that. Then we have a purple, so let's put a purple up in this yellow balloon. Theory of threes. And there you go. So it's happy birthday. And inside you're still a spring chicken. So I'm going to turn you up so I can talk to you because I cannot see anybody's comments. So hi Stan, and I know, bring them to the camera. Hi Denise. Sorry it's shaking, I'm trying to still get this. Okay. I'm sure Sarah was on at one point. So now I'll bring them to the camera because it's easier for me to see. Here's this one that I just made. And the one that I made that was similar. also says, and this is a long opening one. So, and then the green one, which is a landscape card. And then that one says, let's celebrate you. I did do the stamping inside. The red one with the wire background and says, you're still a spring chicken. I like that saying. Maybe because my birthday was just a week ago, or 10 days ago, because me and Dad are 10 days apart, so 11 days ago. Here's the other option that I made yesterday. And again, you're still a spring chicken. And then two other ones to show you that I made was another landscape card. This is a big chicken party. So you see the chicken eating the cupcake. And then this chicken peeking out behind this chicken that's dancing. A little chick here on the fence. And that one says, you're still a spring chicken, happy birthday, inside. And then this one, I added the chicken wire to it, which is just using the silver paper. And I used two punches that are not available. And it says best of cluck because this little chicken here is escaping. And you can see his mom has got her head turned, seeing like, what are you doing? And this chicken is on a stump, looking up, trying to say, uh-oh. So this one makes me laugh. And like I said, this is, the chicken wire is very easy to do. It's just using the silver metallic paper we sell. So I hope you had a good day and had fun watching. Celebration is still going on. You only have about 2.5 weeks left, and that's if you spend a $50 order. You get to pick from our small catalog here, a free item. And then, or if you spend $100, there's a couple items that you can pick from. And then also, it's going to be backwards, but my host code for February is PV346VHH. And if you order $50 from me, which is Debbie with a Y, Donovan, .stampinup.net, which I can put on the underneath here. I'll put it in the comments. If you go on my site and order $50 from me, I'll send you an embellishment, a set of embellishments. And so that's a bonus. You get your order, you get your $50 item to pick from, and that's whatever you want from that small catalog. There's the stamps, there's paper, and so I hope you had a really good day. Thank you. Bye. See you next week.